I'm trying to get hard.
Yay! Okay, I don't know why I started shots. Let's start the shot. What's happening?
Hey everyone, welcome to the High Council Podcast. We're here. Kai's not here today. I don't know what happened to him. I'm a little too high to think about it. Hopefully he's good.
He asked me for a courtesy call.
Yeah, and he got his courtesy call. Nobody knows what happened.
Nobody knows.
But we're here on the High Council Podcast with P today.
Yes, and today... Oh, hey, I'm P, by the way. Today we have a bomb-ass guest.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all ready for this one. Shawn, you want to tell us who the guest is today?
We have the Confident Hoe herself. The Confident Hoe, because that's literally what it is. The Confident Hoe.
The Confident Hoe, though.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and smoking with us today.
Thank y'all for inviting me. I appreciate it.
So basically, it's so funny because once the cameras start rolling, it's like...
Yeah, like everybody
what are we
clam up.
talking about?
Like, what are we talking about?
That's so formal.
No,
We were
okay.
just chilling before.
But we could just we could go into the things that we were talking about before. And I would just go ahead into, first of all, Destiny, who are you? Tell us who the Confident Hoe is. Tell us what you do. Tell us, who are we talking to? Who are we in the presence of? Who are we in the presence of?
Okay, well, yes, my name is Destiny Love, a.k.a. the Confident Hoe. So H-O-E, right? Hoe, however people want to take it. But I acronymed the word hoe as healer on earth. So, because I'd like to think of, because I'm technically an adult entertainer, right? I'm an author,
Yes.
an adult entertainer, and just a sluttivist.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think of myself as a
Sluttivist. I like
sluttivist,
that.
right? Instead of an activist, I'm a sluttivist
Yes.
because I advocate for the misbehaved women.
You are a sluttivist.
Right. Yes.
Sorry.
So I'm a sluttivist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like a slut, that's an activist, right? Because I advocate for the outcast of society.
Absolutely.
Right. So I also have like my own organization called Confident Hoe Society.
Yes.
So
I want to be part of Confident Hoe Society.
That's my friend, okay?
Yeah. That's your friend.
Let the record state, that's my friend.
Yeah, so it's Confident Healer on Earth.
yeah, basically Confident Healer on Earth. Yeah.
Damn.
Because like adult entertainers, we're healers.
Yes.
Technically we're like naked
Yes.
therapists, if you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
come on, y'all working all up in the sacral chakra. Y'all got a lot going on up in there, and that's a lot of emotions.
And it takes a special woman,
Yes.
not anyone. And I feel like that's why, a lot of other women, and even the way I like how you said that, selectivist, who you. Niggas, I'm high. But anyways, yeah. I think because, we're, I believe this is considered, the fourth wave of feminism. But there's, a lot of different divisions of it. You know what I'm saying? To where, they say they're for all women, but they're really not. Because if you do something that they deem not okay or morally okay, or however you wanna put it, it's they're not for you.
Right.
You know?
So you're not a respectable woman.
Yeah,
because
you're not
a hoe.
respectable.
People literally separate women and hoes. You're not a hoe. You're not a woman. You're a hoe. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For doing
This is
what
not
men
news.
do. For
This
doing
is not news. Yeah.
doing what men do.
Right.
You don't be the hoe, and he's So I like the way you say that, cause women do that shit too to other women.
That's a fact.
They
That
do.
is a fact.
And that's
that
part
is
of the problem.
Such a fact is women putting other women down, especially in the sex work
Internalized
industry.
Yeah.
misogyny
And I
yeah.
feel like it's because like I said, I feel like personally, to do sex work, it takes a special woman. Like you guys are special
You
women.
gotta be built.
You got to be built for that.
It's a
And I
fact.
feel like the type of women who it's they're not built for that, and they feel a type of way because they know that they I know I'm not built for that, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just not built for that, But I feel like this, but because they low key hate on it because they're like, damn, I wish I could be sexy like that. They try to flip the script and be like, oh, well, they're doing too much, and it's like, no, if she want to leave the house like that, let her leave the house like
Let
that.
her leave the house like
why are you
that.
worrying about what she got
For
on?
instance,
don't slut shame her. Yeah.
Don't do it.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly what I speak about in the book. Actually, I speak about being more honest with yourself because it's literally I always say in my old YouTube videos that I was doing that it's literally levels to this whole shit.
It is.
Because in the book I have it as levels.
It is.
So the very first level is safety first, because a lot of the times when people think of the adult entertainment industry or sex workers, they mainly think of just like prostitution. They don't understand that adult entertainment is so vast. There's so many sectors of adult entertainment. So you have stripping, webcamming. Now you have OnlyFans and mini vids, and you know what I mean. So now there's like the virtual hoeing. So again, like the game has changed so much. So I've been doing this technically since 18, right? But I haven't started to take it seriously till about 6 years ago, till like a little before I had my second son. So you know what I mean.
What made you take it seriously then? After why did you take it seriously after you had your second son as opposed to before?
So I started taking it more seriously just because I was like, oh shoot, there's a lot of money in this shit.
Absolutely.
I said, hold on. I had to slow down. I said, wait, whoa. Then I got to the point where I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with? Like my kids were fine. My kids were fine. And on top of that, at the time when I first started, when I was like 18 and stuff, I was still living with my parents, and I grew up in like a brownstone. So I always, we were pretty okay. I had like a wonderful childhood.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
Let's talk about. Okay, you had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah, because people always kind of like have this idea like, oh, she probably didn't have her father around. Why is she a whore?
And this is the part of the story that I love though. Like, tell everyone like how you even got into it.
Can I have a blunt? Can I have a
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
pass the blunt.
It's on the left hand side. You know, my parents are Jamaican.
On the right hand side.
But yeah, like as far as my childhood, like I grew up great with both parents in the home. You know, the only thing I can say about my father was that he was physically there, but more so like emotionally unavailable. I can be very honest about that. So, but my mom, she was like, me and my mom was like best friends. She fully supports everything. I was actually just texting her.
To this day, she fully supports everything you do. Oh
like,
my
that's
God!
Literally like my best friend. That's like my bestie.
What does she play
And
a
I'm
role?
so grateful.
Does she play a role in this, or does she separate herself and keep it as mom the supporter, or does she play a momager role?
She's more so mom the supporter, but she did link me with like a manager.
Okay.
When I was young.
Okay,
You know
so
what
this
I
is
mean?
how you started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So she's like, okay, well, if you're gonna be in this industry, I would want you to, be working under a specific person or with a specific person or whatever. So she made sure that I was like protected and lined up well and, things like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. And, I would often do like different things, photo shoots. I would throw my own like little lingerie parties. But even before then, like just growing up, I had a lot of siblings. You know what I mean? Because my mom, she had me in her mind. She felt she had me old. Yeah. But she's only 31. When she had me, which is like a perfect age.
That's
My father was like 34. He had his master's degree. Yes. My mom, she didn't really get to finish school because my mom came from like the rurals of Jamaica. Okay. St. Elizabeth back in those times.
So your first generation.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to the first generation.
Right.
Wow.
First generation.
So that's amazing. So she set you up and she set you on your way when you were 18, and then did you she put you with a manager, or she just put you in the right people?
Yeah, so like there was this like specific person that she knew, a guy, of course, because at that time women weren't really like dominating like in the backgrounds of like the industry. Right. And if they were, it was like very rare, far, wide, and in between. It was mainly it's the industry is mainly like male based, like male dominated. Technically. Really? Yeah, if you think about it, because they're the ones that's running it. They're the ones that's running the clubs. They're the porn producers. They're the ones that's setting up these websites. You know what I mean? That's true. It's very male based, male dominated. So you have, and they usually technically on default just don't respect women.
I was gonna say, do you ever find in any set that you're on, or any situation, any environment, that men push up on you? Just because of the work that you do, like they feel as though that you're easy.
I worked at clubs. I worked at strip clubs where the security guards like would just smack your ass just because you're supposed to be security.
And what do you do when that happens? Do you?
I cuss them out.
Okay.
I cuss them out, but like, at the same time, me cussing them out is technically really not enough sometimes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I'll definitely tell the owner, but then the owner's like, all right, well, you want to be working or you want to be fired, kind of thing. Like it's just like Then it just depends. It also depends on the club. It depends on the location because everywhere is different. Every club is different. They have different rules.
Right.
I've worked at really good clubs where the staff is wonderful or whatever. But you know, sometimes the customers can be assholes. It's just, you know, you have good and bad people just in everything. I don't want to like just make, you know, complain because it's good money in it. But again, as the game changed, I call it like the money bag days. The garbage bag days, right? When I first started dancing. That was back in, what was it, like 2014, 2015. And, you know, that's when I first started. And it was pretty good. I got in just when those days was just
starting to come down.
So while you're in all of that, what are some things that got you through that night or got you through the day or got you through that moment? Like, were you smoking a lot, or what was like something that was on your mind and something that kept you calm in the moments where you're like,
let me tell you something. Before I even started dancing, right? I'm very spiritual. So I had a spiritual advisor at the time. Her name is Torah.
Yes, Torah.
Yeah, her name is Torah Chamberlain Israel, right?
Shout out to her.
Torah, right? So I went to her and I did a reading and I said, hey girl, do you think I should start dancing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And she pulled some cards for me saying that I'm like Lilith or something like that. And I was just like, okay. She was like, yeah. So the answer, she's like, so basically, simply put, yes. You should start. This is in your chart. This is in your path or whatever. So I'm like, okay, girl, say no more. So once she told me that, she gave me the signal, and that's around the time. Because at first, when I first started dancing, I didn't come in as confident. I came in as on some like weird universal shit. Like I'm real, like, you know what I mean? Like
I feel you.
7 moons. I had locks at the time. I was real, you know, I was Hotep. So I dropped the tep and became full hoe. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, fuck that shit. I can't deal with the sexist shit. These niggas. You know, we're not gonna talk about. That's a whole other conversation.
No, we could talk about it.
Listen,
we can talk about it. We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
These niggas, but then it's like, if you a hoe, you not a black woman because you a hoe, and you supposed to be queen.
But this hoe is just out there fighting for you on the front line.
Exactly.
Like this hoe.
It could go from queen to bitch in 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Wow. Don't call me queen and in the same breath call me bitch because we not getting along.
It's like when you're doing what they want you to do, that's when you're worthy. But when you're standing in your own, you're like, nah, I'm not. Like when you're your own person, that's when you're not worthy no more.
Gotta do the bird call, right? You know,
listen,
the Cardi B famous gotta do, you know, the whole call,
right? That's a fact. Shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to Cardi B. That's a confident hoe too. That's a confident hoe.
Okay, right now she's going through a lot right now. I love me some Cardi B.
Okay, what's she going? See, I ain't even seen
all this legal stuff. I haven't really.
No, she won the case. She won the case.
I'm a true fan, so
she won the case.
She won it, right?
She good. She won.
Cardi got her stuff. Don't fuck with
I think
Cardi.
she got.
And speaking of Cardi and Megan and City Girls and them, I love the whole era. I call it pussy rap.
Okay.
I love the whole era of the pussy rap.
Okay.
Because it's solidifying exactly what I've been talking about this whole time. It's like I feel like it's like an echo.
But do you you feel like it's done absolutely right? Do you feel like it's too overperformed?
I feel like it's done 90% right because I feel like there's a little bit of the scamming coming into it.
Absolutely.
And I don't like that.
Absolutely.
Because some of the songs be on some like scamming type vibe.
They don't know how to separate the two.
Right.
I got you.
Hoes and scammers are two different. And I respect the hustle of scammers.
I love a scamming
I respect it.
I love a hoe ass scammer.
But hoes is hoes and scammers is scammers.
Yes, they are.
Because scammers is technically like I said, we respect it. Do what you got to do. Take your penitentiary chances. No. But when you scamming, it's like you're stealing something from someone.
Yes.
When you're like doing your business as a whole, whatever, you're providing a service.
Thank you.
That's a fact.
And they try to put that in the same, and it's like no, like I'm really providing a service. Right. You're paying me for something. Which brings me to like a question I have, right? Like, and I really sat and thought about this a lot. I feel like sex workers, when they get their body done, that should be a tax write-off. I really do. That should be a tax write-off. Because this is an investment. Like, because when you're a sex worker, like your product is your body, so that's an investment in your business. Absolutely. When you really think about it, so I really feel like that should be a tax write-off.
I just want to touch base on the whole cosmetic thing, right? Because I just recently
Okay.
has gotten
Really?
boobs. Yeah.
Can I touch it? Because I haven't seen you since you got them.
Yeah,
done.
you
I
can.
can touch it?
Yes, you
Okay,
can touch it.
because I've been wanting to touch them.
Yes.
Are you wearing a bra?
No, I'm not wearing a bra.
Shit.
Wait.
That feels good.
Hold on.
She said that feels good.
No, but they said
She not wearing a bra. That shit feels, yeah.
But that's why I'm like, wait a minute. The boob.
It's not hard.
Last time
They're
my
not
nipples
hard.
were sitting up like this, like God damn it.
Like, I'm touching mine, like, but they're not hard.
Can I wait? Hold on. Love it.
Because I haven't
Okay,
seen you
so
since you got them.
okay, so
So I just wanted to say really quick about it that you do not have to get your body done
right.
to be in adult entertainment.
Say it one more time.
You do not have to get your body done to be in adult entertainment. You do not. Okay? The reason why I even decided to even get boobs is because I even told this to Shawn. I've never had them before.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it. 'Cause I was shocked when she got them.
she was like, "Oh, girl, woman."
I was really
"Girl, I
shocked.
ain't never had these ones before, so I just wanted to get some."
What size were you before?
So I was like a -A.
Stop.
I swear. Right.
They were small, but they were not no negative. Stop it.
They don't even
I swear.
make negative
I'll
A's.
send you the receipts.
Wait, they really had a negative
and
A?
you can put the images up on the screen like this. And
They
be like,
were
yeah,
small.
She was that serious. Yes.
Stop.
All my life, I've been waiting. I'm like, when I'm gonna get puberty? When I'm gonna hit? When it's gonna come through? You know what I'm saying? And it just never came through.
I'm crying.
You know? So I was just like, so I was like, you know what? Now I got a little bit of money.
But can I ask you a question though? Did they change when you were pregnant or when you had like?
Yeah,
they,
it did.
They got
it
bigger.
got bigger, but then it went back down.
Oh, but they went back down.
And I'm like, what?
Okay.
And I also breastfed, especially my second son. I breastfed him for like at least 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because you know, I wanted
So-
to make sure. So
Because I always
Absolutely.
tell people like, if my titties hit my stomach after I'm getting my shit slipped up. I don't care.
Why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
I don't
It's
care.
your body.
yeah, I feel like people should do whatever they want with their body. But I feel like, first of all, people kind of they ridicule you whether your body is natural and it doesn't look to standard, or they ridicule you if your body is done and they call you names and plastic and say you're insecure. That's the first thing they throw. Oh, she's so insecure. Especially if you get multiple things done. Especially if you get a lot of work done. And people are always afraid of you. Oh, well, don't look too crazy and don't do this. Da, da, da. Granted, yes, there are some procedures that look, you know, a bit extreme, but granted, being in the industry and being in it for so long, there are different, different, like, I guess you could say genres. I don't even know if I'm saying
Yeah,
that
and
right,
I know
but,
what you mean.
you know,
Like, people got their own little kinks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so they like different things. Like, there's, like, you
There's
know,
something
women
for
that's called, like,
everybody.
bimbos and stuff
Right.
like that. And they're, like, look real extreme and stuff like that. There's, like, just different sectors and different themes and stuff like that. So you never know why somebody is doing something, as long as they're not harming anybody else
And
or
there's
whatever.
something for everybody. Like, I feel like there's always somebody that's gonna like it and somebody that's gonna be willing to spend money on it. And if this asset first of all, I like it for myself. Like, forget everybody else.
That's why.
But if this happens to get me more money,
Exactly.
when I'm out doing my job, then baby girl.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it should be a tax write-off.
Like, I can,
Yeah.
That's really
A
why
tax write-off.
I really feel like it really should, like, cause like you make more money, you would make more money, right? Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Technically, even though like my, clients, like my best clients, they were like, oh, before I got it, I let them know. You want to
Yeah.
like let your clients know like what you're gonna do because this is what they're paying for. They like what they see, whatever. So, I tell them like, hey, I'm gonna do this and surgery, whatever, and I'm also gonna need to heal for a
Right.
while. I needed like 3 months or
Right.
whatever. Technically for me, like 6 months. I just wanted to just be, I'm real scary, low key. So I just,
like, give me some time.
right. I'm like, let me rest and
Uh-huh.
stuff. So, but then they were like, because at first they were like crying, like, oh, I don't want you're perfect the way you are. Guys they be faking, acting like they
Okay,
don't
wait.
want you.
So what kind of? Okay, so speaking of clients, what kind of clients are we talking about? So you're in the industry and you've done all types of work in the industry. What fields are you in? What do you do? What's your work? What have you done?
So what have I done? So
You don't
I
gotta
used
give
to.
me a resume, but just like,
Yeah, she's like, I know you've been there for a long time with that.
Like, what's the slashes in your name? Like,
dancing.
yes.
I've done webcamming like when I was in college and stuff. Now I do like the content creation that they're calling it now because I've done, of course, like porn, adult movies, whatever.
Okay.
So I've I've done that for a few years.
Can we talk about that? Or
yeah,
no?
No, we can talk about that.
Okay.
I've stopped doing that recently just because I feel like the pay is not worth it, especially because of the way times are changing.
Right.
It's like I can have my content too, and I just get like a paid one-time fee. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean?
Because that's what I wanted to ask you about. Because I know the last time that we spoke about it, you were still doing the porn or whatever. But like, is it better now that webcams over there? But is it better now, but like OnlyFans, because you could just create your own content and then constantly have that income yourself, compared to somebody just paying you one time?
Yeah, you can create your own content. But for me, to be honest with you, I'm not doing really so great on OnlyFans because I've only had my OnlyFans for like about like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like 2 years now, this year now.
Yeah.
But I really don't promote it for real. Like how everybody goes hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm mainly with like my kids, you know, so I mainly just see clients.
Okay, so it's
not,
you know what I mean?
Because with the clientele, you could just go around your own schedule.
Yeah, right. So I do it. I'm a street cat.
Absolutely.
If you will. Yeah, you know, so so it's like that's what I mean. So it's just like I'll do the content thing when I have time. That's just like on the side kind of thing. I don't take it as seriously. And the thing is, I honestly just feel like I'm just grateful for whoever subscribes to me anyway. I'm not really pressed. I'm not going to sit there and like promote it all the time, especially because I'm not going to be
you're not
sit
going to
there
be on top of it.
I'm not going to be on top of it. People sit there and upload content all day.
Yeah.
I don't like have the like I don't have the I don't want to say the heart, but it's not that serious to me.
Like you prefer
the money,
your client.
the money,
I
the
can
money,
get that, though.
the money, the pay is not worth the time.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like that's baby money. I feel like OnlyFans is great for like starter hoes.
Yeah.
Right, but it's good
Starter
that
hoes,
you
like,
know your worth at this.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
your worth, but it's good that you're like. You're not. I don't know. It's tiers to this shit.
Yeah, like
It's
you know
levels
what
to
it
this
is.
shit.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I'm not
I
taking
know what
this
I'm gonna
money.
do and what I'm not gonna do. You know what I mean?
It's like
and it took me a long time
qualifications.
to get there. To be honest with you, because before I was doing everything.
Yeah.
And it was I don't want to get burnout.
Yep.
A lot
Girl,
of hoes suffer from burnout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They working at the club 7 days a week. Just because the money is fast doesn't mean that you need to get it every. You know what I mean? That's why I.
Because you think longevity.
Right. And it's also about. It's not about the money you make.
Yeah.
It's about what you doing with that money.
Exactly.
To make more money.
Exactly.
How are you using this money?
Because if you have to be there at the club every day, because God forbid something happens to you, that money's gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to make money while you're sleeping.
Exactly.
Like that's what you gotta
Right.
set yourself up for.
That is a fact.
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Because I'm getting book sales, even though Amazon is raping me right now.
It's Amazon.
But
Amazon.
one of my favorite clients actually told me that, you know, just keep your book up. You know, don't take it down. Because I was going to take it down. I'm like, oh, hell no. You're not going to just be getting all this money off of my... Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but he was like, no, just keep it up, whatever. And, you know, I was like, selling like, you know, little merch, whatever. Like, I have like my dad hats and stuff like that. So it's like bold stuff like whore, slut, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and just like, I have like the Healer on Earth shirts and stuff. But I'm like switching up like the merchandise as like my branding is changing and stuff. And like having the characters. I had to create Hoeprah.
Oh yeah, Hoeprah. Tell us about Hoeprah.
So I had to create, you know, the Hoeprah character mainly specifically again because I started attracting more so-called high-end clientele, and they're like corporate, you know, kind of guys, and they're more discreet and stuff. So I had to like kind of like blend in. I had to. Do you watch The Bachelor or like The Bachelorette?
I've seen it. Yes.
You see how like those hoes, but they are hoes, okay?
Yeah.
Don't let nobody tell you.
And that's when they be crying and all that type of shit. Like, bitch,
Shout out to the escorts. Shout out to the escorts.
Okay.
But do you see how it's a at the end of the day in regular society, right? You have low class, you know, like poverty. You have middle class and high class. At this point now, it's just low class and high class.
Yeah.
You know what I
Middle
mean?
class is gone.
Because no matter how much so-called, you know, money I'm making right now, I don't have $1 million in my bank account. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't rate shame. If you still wanna give the kitty for $40, hey, do you, sis? If you gotta just only eat tonight, hey. I don't like what I already tell, you know, a lot of the models in my organization, I tell them like, don't rate shame. That's not cute.
Right.
Because happy hoes ain't hating and hating hoes ain't happy. And when you rate shame and you judging other hoes, you're not. So why you watching another girl pockets? You know what I mean? So I try to dismantle all of that. So, but again, like with Hoeprah, I had to create her because of the clientele that I've been attracting, and on top of that, the how can I word this, on social media, they you know what I mean, like with the shadow banning and stuff like that, they
they be going crazy.
They go crazy with the
Quick, just 5-minute warning. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. We don't speak for that long. Okay.
You can sit here all day. Damn.
Yes, okay.
So with the clientele, how does your clientele find you? Like, where do you get your clientele from? Like, how do you go fishing?
Yes, fishing.
Yes,
Okay, so in like different ways. So I have like already like my social media, and then I already have clientele that I've had for years. So those are like my main circle of like clientele that I've been seeing for a few years. But if I want to go, I just go to the bars.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, or they have like specific like websites. For I'm not sure if I should say, like, for example, like Seeking, like I do like a lot of sugaring, right? So you know, being a sugar daddy, but you know, Seeking kind of like changed up the way it's before it used to be like a pay per meet kind of thing, but now they changed that up. So it's especially because it's more affluent kind of guy. So it's like you're gonna get benefits anyway, but you have to like treat it like a real relationship. Yeah. Yeah.
So is there ever a time where like, let me not say is there ever a time, but like, I guess that's the best way for me to say it because I'm high right now. But like, is there ever a time where like a clientele, or how do you create that barrier between clientele? Because that could be really, like you said, you have to treat it like, so that's like really personal.
Sometimes, but yeah, it depends.
So how do you
sometimes like it depends on just like the dynamic of the relationship. You already agree off rip.
Right.
You already know what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Off rip.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't have to be so pressed by like, oh, you know, give me this or pay me for that. It's not so as forward. It's like certain words that you know to use.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I mean? Like you can send them. Sometimes it doesn't even have to always be cash. It can always sometimes be gifts. They more so feel like they're taking care of you. That's why it's called a daddy, a sugar daddy kind of thing.
What do you use while you're out fishing? What are some things you use for your protection? Not sexual protection, but for your physical protection to keep you safe out there. I know you vet people and you make sure that they're safe before you go out there, but some people be catfishing. How do you make sure that you're safe? Do you carry things with you?
Well, if I'm doing it virtually, I usually just scream.
Oh, virtually. Wow.
So you do like background checks and stuff like that?
Mm.
Oh, yes, sis.
Okay, yes. I didn't even think
what's
about
up.
Okay, yes.
So is it something where like they'll be like, oh, I work here, and like you go to make sure that's really where they work?
You can check their LinkedIn, you know, get their ID, stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
So, and just like verify that, you know, they are. Or sometimes you could even like get suggestions from like other entertainers. They'd be like, oh, you know, I can't, you know, I'm not available for this guy. Do you want this guy? You know what I mean? Like, or whatever, you know.
Okay. So you're not carrying like a taser with you, or carrying.
I carry a taser with me.
Okay, I was about to say I'd be having a knife up on me.
Just because, I mean, don't get me wrong,
cheek.
I've gotten assaulted just from walking down the street.
Yeah.
Of course.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to get assaulted walking down the street.
I've never gotten assaulted on a date. Ever.
That's crazy.
So this
what a blessing.
narration.
Yeah.
That a lot of the times there's a difference between survival sex workers and adult entertainers.
Yes.
Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually gonna do a video about that.
Yes.
On my YouTube because I know we probably don't.
But
have
we,
that
I was
much
gonna say,
time.
well, we just gotta watch your video.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess tell us how. I mean, tell the people how they can find you. Like, how can people keep up with you, the Confident Hoe?
Honestly, I just started a new Instagram where I probably only have like one follower, which is really myself, which is Hoeprah.
I'm cracking up. Okay, so you'll have me and Shawn follow you.
Yes, now you got
so
three.
on Instagram, it's _the Confident Hoe. But I'm also on Twitter as the Confident Hoe.
Okay, I got you on Twitter. Okay.
The Confident Hoe.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. And OnlyFans if you're nasty.
Yes, OnlyFans. Now, what's the OnlyFans? Tell them the OnlyFans though.
The OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/ the Confident Hoe.
OnlyFans.com/the Confident Hoe.
You gotta have a little bit.
It's
only $19 though.
Honey,
Yo, I
it's
have
called
like
sex
people
work,
see you on,
not sex
on
donation,
Instagram
not
before.
sex
'Cause,
volunteering.
Like, people always ask me for like sex parties and stuff. I guess because of my artwork, but I don't be knowing. And I always tell them like, you could DM her, but she might charge you. I don't know if anyone hits you up, but I be like,
them.
Yeah,
I be like, you
run
could
up in my
DM her.
Sometimes, but sometimes.
Nah, charge
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Charge them. Be like,
I
your
be
next
like-
DM is gonna run you a good $25.
Because now you're taking
Yeah.
time. Time is money.
That's the exact
25
price.
a DM.
Yeah.
Yes, because time
Just
is
the
money.
Yeah, just the DM.
And ask one question.
Yeah. She may be confident and she's expensive.
That part,
Yes.
The confident hoe. There's levels to this shit. But thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for chilling with us, Destiny. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
Yes.
I mean, we're so happy to look. Bye.
Bye.
We're so happy to have her here with us, and thank y'all
Yes,
for
the
tuning in with
confident
us.
It's been real.
It's been Shawn is high.
Really?
Shawn is high. Thank y'all. Peace, love,
Later.
and smoke weed. All right.
I'm trying to get hard. I'm trying to balance out the lows. Trying to balance out the